All right, so OBS, Open Broadcasting Software, I think is what it stands for. You can Google search this, Open Broadcaster Software, download it, install it, run it, whatever. And once you run it, this is version 31.0.1. If you're watching this later on, which you obviously are, it could be a different version. But it's been like this for as long as I've used it, so it shouldn't change a whole lot. Let's talk about what are we looking at here. The big black box in the top center, that's essentially whenever a broadcaster or a creator makes a video, that's like their drawing board or their canvas. Okay, so when you're watching a video, picture that black box as a video that you're watching. Let's use an example. Let's say that you're watching a video and it's got two folks interviewing each other. You may have two smaller boxes in there. Let's set up that scenario, and that would be the best way to explain it. Let's say that we want to do an interview, and we want to have our camera. So I'll go here to the plus sign underneath sources, and I'll add a camera, right? Video capture device. Now that'll pop up, and it'll have every camera that I have listed on my computer or plugged into my computer, what have you. And I'll just use this one as an example. But if we're doing an interview and it's someone remote, and this is a crappy little camera, sorry guys, but you get the idea. If we're interviewing someone and we have another camera here, well, we don't have their camera plugged into our computer, but we're going to be actually looking at them on the computer on another display, right? So we could do a display capture, okay? And we could choose another monitor that we have, such as this one. And then you can just resize this however you'd like. Place it here. Okay, so now we've got two boxes side by side. We've got our camera, we've got theirs. What if we wanted to change the background color? We could do a picture. What else could we do? I'm not sure, but let's see. I just saw something. I see color source. I've never actually done this, so there you go. And we want to change it to an orange color. There you go. And that's perfect. And the shortcut key here is Control D and Control F. I'm sorry, that's not even right. That Control D is centers it. Control F makes it full screen. And then Control Home button. Control Home should send it to the back, or brings it to the front. So let's just bring these to the front. I'm not sure what sends it to the back, to be honest with you, but we'll right click and find out. Let's go to Order, move to bottom. Control End would have sent it to the back. So let's say that one was in the back, and instead we wanted to send the orange block to the back. So Control End on your keyboard does that. Now, you see how this is not locked? You got to be really careful. Once you have something in position, it's a good idea to use the little lock icon here. So we'll lock down our color source. Let's say I'm really OCD and I want to make sure that these boxes are right in the middle. We can do something that I like. This is how I do it. I'm sure there's a better way, but I use text and I draw a letter L. I use this all the time for different things. Select my color. I want it to be white. And okay. And it drops me a letter L here. Now I can rotate this L there, and it's got somewhat of a little snap when I get to the center right there. So I know that's the center, and then that's the center. And I can drag it out. Oh no, look what happened. Oh no, what happened? Well, use the Control and Alt buttons to kind of resize that however you may want it. And like again, drag that till you find kind of your center line. Right there. Okay. Now I want to copy and paste that. Copy, Control C, Control V. It dropped another one, and then I just want to rotate this. Okay. All right. So now I've got like 4 quadrants. Well, I can just better see what I'm working with here. Kind of align things maybe a little bit better. You get the idea here. I'm just going to move on, but And then you can, once you have it aligned how you like it, you could always take these two and use the little button icon here and turn those off. So while that is a very bright color, so let's say I wanted to change it, right click, properties, select color. Let's go with something a little easier on the eyes. That is definitely not black. We'll get back to like a charcoal color. A little easier. Unfortunately, this camera source is very grainy, so let's just do a picture right here. Just turn that video capture device off, and I'll add just an image. This is where you'll browse and select your image. I don't want that on this screen, so I'll put it on the other screen, but as you know, it's displaying right here, which brings me to another point. Let's say I didn't want to display that. I could always go to, I think, yeah, right there, right click, just use right click, and you can turn off that preview if you needed to, you know, for something like this. I want to go to my pictures. I'm just going to find a simple picture and hit OK. And now whenever I enable the preview back, here's my picture. And if I needed to turn my alignments back on, there you go. Yeah, what have you. What else? You can use, I mentioned this earlier, but Alt and Control to kind of crop things. That's holding down the Alt button, you know, whatever it may be. All right, what else? Let's say you wanted to skew this. I'll show you this. This is a filter, and you go to the plus sign. Now, by default, you will not have every single one of these. You'll have most, and it may only be this one that you don't have, but you can download it. 3D effect. Just Google search that and download the zip file and install it, rerun OBS, it should pop up. 3D effect. So if that was, say, my game that I'm playing, and you want to skew it like we often do in the golf sim world, you can do it like this. But you kind of tweak around with these little rotations here. Okay. Okay, so we've got video taken care of. What about audio? Same place. Still a source. Go in here and add your audio. So we'll go add an audio input capture and choose a particular microphone. There we go. This is actually the microphone that I'm using, so it's perfect. I want to mute it for now because I'm recording this on another program, just so I could show you. And I'm really not sure what else I could show you guys. I've got a skewed picture there. Got this. I showed you text. You can add anything on these sources that you might want. I showed you display capture. What about window capture? Okay, window capture. Now it's going to select whichever windows you have open. I really don't have any other windows open that it could choose from, I guess. So there's nothing popping up here. Yeah, but that drop-down list would, I'll open Chrome. I do have Chrome open, so I'm not sure why it didn't show up. Windows. That should have been automatic. Let me try that one more time. Not sure why that didn't work. Let's see. Add window capture. There it is. Maybe because I had OBS open prior to, and then I opened Chrome before or after. I'm not sure why it didn't show up the first time, but that's how you do a window capture. If I had a game running, I'm going to go ahead and launch a game that I have on my computer. I wish I could explain to you the difference between window capture and game, but I can't. So if someone can tell us in the comments, or if you're watching this and you happen to research it and find out, let me know what it is. But you can go to game capture, very similar to window capture, and it's going to choose, you got three options: any full screen application, and capture specific window, and then choose the game. Okay. Now, I do not have the game open right now, but it would pop up right there. It is now that it opened. Even though my projector is turned off, it's still opened. So it was like in a sleep mode. Okay, let's send that to the back. Anybody remember how? It was Control End. Whoa, I didn't like that. Kind of went funky. Send it behind the blue screen, right, that we had, or the charcoal screen. So I'll take that charcoal screen, and if I click on it, I think down here you'll see it highlighted. So I'm going to turn that color source off. I'm going to also close out this window capture for us. And I'm just turning them off, the visibility of it. If I right click it, I could actually cut it or delete it, I guess. Remove. Window capture removed. Now this is a display capture right here. We'll leave it on. Let's say I want to get rid of the settings that I have for that skewed. I could just go back in here. I could either hit defaults, which will should just make it straight on. Yep. And let's say I wanted to skew this guy, the game capture. You could right click it as another way to get to it. Go to the plus sign again, 3D effect, and I want to skew that guy, and I want to zoom it out a little, or in, whatever. So maybe like that. Okay. I want him set up kind of like that, and then I'm gonna have something here shown. Let's say it's an interview going on. We've got their video, or their videos up on this other monitor. Just pretend with me there, and then the little DJ would be my video in this example. We place it right here, and once we're satisfied with everything, we lock it down. So we come through here, lock them all down. The other thing you can do, I'll show you, is group. So let's pretend that we wanted to have, or assume that we wanted to have these two windows grouped together. I call them windows, but display capture and picture. Let's go and select image and display capture, holding down control while clicking on each one. Right click and hit group selected items. Now we can move them together. We can resize them together. Even if you wanted to do one of the filters, and you don't have to just use the 3D, you may want to use some other filters. When it comes to replay filter is another filter for like replay cameras and stuff, but that'll be an advanced video. I'll have to make that separate. But let's just say it was a 3D filter we were using, and we wanted to skew those together. We could. So I think I went over everything there. Multiple audio inputs you may come across, like say you want to capture the audio from Discord. In here you may have to do, I think it's audio input, and then you would choose whatever device you actually are listening to, your computer or Discord, let's say. However you were hearing in that interview, so let's pretend it's headphones. We would choose our headphones. I don't have any set up right now, but that would be audio output, right? Maybe audio output capture. Yeah, there you go. So speakers, okay. So now we've got input and we've got output, and I can delete this one or hide it. But if I wanted to delete it, I'm not really sure how you would delete that. It could be in the settings. I think you can go to audio manager. There you go. You may be able to do it here. Got me curious now. But yeah, so if I just wanted to mute it and I didn't know how to delete it, I could just hide it. If you right click here, you can change the layout of some of these. You can change these to grids. Or list. And what else did I want to show you? One other thing. Let's say that you did have a couple of cameras, not cameras. Let's say you had multiple scenes. So you had this set up, but then we had a very similar one, so I'll duplicate it. Now they look exactly the same here because I duplicated, but on this one I don't want to show, let's say I don't want to show our pretend interview person up here, the other camera, which is our second display. I don't want to show it, so I turned it off. And I also want to ungroup them so that I can resize the one that says DJ, which in our pretend example is like let's pretend that was actually a video capture device, or we could turn on our actual video capture to show you. Let's say that we wanted that and we want to get rid of the display capture or the image, so we're just kind of tweaking things around. Video capture, we're going to unlock it and we're going to move it. Okay, right there. So now we can alternate from scene to scene. Oh wait, we turned off something on this scene and it turned it off here. Oh, well, yeah, let's just turn it back on. Okay, so it turns it off on all scenes, so be aware of that whenever you use that duplicate feature. If you don't want to do that, I think you would just add it in the individual scenes. Instead of duplicating, you could add a third scene and you could add the source, again, even though it's the same source. So you could do it like that. So now we've got 3 different source scenes. We got scene 2, we got scene 2, and we have scene 3. Okay, but I'm getting confused and I can't remember which one's which. This is the best part of all this. Let me show it to you. Go in here to view and turn on this multi-view. I like the windowed version, and this little guy is like a control box, and you can click it and it'll switch for you, so it's very handy. You may be able to pin it or dock it. You could probably dock it somewhere, I'm not sure about all that. Lock docks. So there's a lot more to it, but I hope that was a good intro for you. And yeah, that's everything I know about OBS in a real quick, as fast as I could video. So if you like that, please let me know. Like, share, comment. I'll be happy to help you. All right, peace.